Today we will read the book of Psalms, chapters 1 to 20. I pray you are blessed by God's word. Psalm chapter 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Psalm chapter 2. Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord, and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder, and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear, and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Psalm chapter 3. O Lord, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. Many are they that say of my soul, There is no help for him in God. Selah. But thou, O Lord, art a shield about me, my glory and the lifter up of my head. I cried unto the Lord with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. Selah. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for thou hast smitten all mine enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongeth unto the Lord. Thy blessing is upon thy people. Selah. Psalm chapter 4. Hear me when I call, O God of my righteousness. Thou hast enlarged me when I was in distress. Have mercy upon me, and hear my prayer. O ye children of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity, and seek after leasing? Selah. But know that the Lord hath set apart him that is godly for himself. The Lord will hear when I call unto him. Stand in awe, and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed, and be still. Selah. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness, and put your trust in the Lord. There are many that say, Who will show us any good? O Lord, lift thou up the light of thy countenance upon us. Thou hast put gladness in my heart, more than in the time that their corn and their wine increased. I will both lay me down in peace, and sleep. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Psalm chapter 5. Give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my God. For unto thee will I pray. O Lord, in the morning thou wilt hear my voice. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and will look up. For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou, O Lord, wilt bless the righteous. With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. For thou, O Lord, wilt make the righteous to dwell in thy presence. Thy face, O Lord, doth favor the righteous. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fear will I worship toward thy holy temple. O Lord, lead me in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wicked. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. Psalm chapter 6. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed. But thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. O save me for thy mercy's sake, for in death there is no remembrance of thee. In the grave who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. My eye runneth down with water. Thou hast beset me, O Lord, with bumps of death. Thou hast covered me with the shadow of death. I cried unto thee, O Lord, and unto the Lord I made my supplication. And he heard my voice in ministration, when I cried unto him. Let all my enemies be ashamed and greatly troubled. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. Psalm chapter 7. O Lord, my God, in thee do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me, and deliver me. Lest he tear my soul like a lion, rending it in pieces, while there is none to deliver. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me, or if I have taken a gift for my wound, let mine enemy be like a roaring lion, and like a young lion that teareth the prey. Arise, O Lord, in thine anger, and lift up thine self against the fury of mine enemies, and awake for me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. And let the congregation of the people be gathered together unto thee, for thine is the judgment. O Lord, who shall set a man in safety by his hand? Or who is he that delivereth him from his hand? When thou, O Lord, shalt return, thou shalt visit the iniquity of the nations, and cause the wicked to be consumed out of the earth. For the wicked knoweth his day. The ungodly are like the grass, and the days that befall them are as a shadow. Selah. Arise, O Lord, in thine anger, and exalt thyself because of the vengeance of mine enemies. For the dreadful things are come upon them, and thou wilt cut off the souls of the wicked from among men, and the righteous shall be delivered. And thou shalt deliver me, O Lord, from them, and the salvation of my God shall preserve me. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. But I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness, and I will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. For he is the high God that judgeth the earth. He shall give strength unto his king, and exalt the horn of his anointed. Psalm chapter 8. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth, who has set thy glory above the heavens. Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings hast thou ordained strength, because of thine enemies, that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger. When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars, which thou hast ordained, what is man that thou art mindful of him, or the Son of Man that thou visitest him? For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, even the beasts of the field, the fowl of the air, and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever passeth through the paths of the seas. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. Psalm chapter 9. I will praise thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will show forth all thy marvelous works. I will be glad and rejoice in thee. I will sing praise to thy name, O thou most high. When mine enemies are turned back, they shall fall and perish at thy presence. For thou hast maintained my right and my cause. Thou satest in the throne, judging right. Thou hast rebuked the heathen, thou hast destroyed the wicked, thou hast put out their name for ever and ever. O thou enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end, and thou hast exterminated cities, so that none is dwelt in them. But the Lord shall endure for ever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment, and he shall judge the world in righteousness. He shall minister judgment to the people in uprightness. The earth is also full of the goodness of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. And in thy name shall they rejoice all the day, and in thy righteousness shall they be exalted. For the glory of the Lord endureth forever. The Lord's righteousness is of the everlasting. For he hath loosed the prisoners, the Lord hath opened the eyes of the blind. For the Lord hath redeemed the soul of the needy, and the prisoners of the earth are in safety. The Lord is a stronghold for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. For thou, O Lord, hast not forsaken them that seek thee. Sing praises to the Lord, which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people his doings. For he that vindicates the needy, and executeth the right of the poor, hath meted out his righteousness. The humble shall praise thee, for thou, O Lord, art gracious unto them. And the congregation of the righteous shall praise thee, for thou hast delivered them. For thou art the strength of the poor, and the strength of the needy. Psalm chapter 10. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? In the pride of the wicked doth persecute the poor. Let them be caught in the devices that they have devised. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhors. The wicked through the pride of his countenance doth not seek after God. God is not in any of his thoughts. His ways are in an overflowing vanity. He is a fraud and proud man, who knoweth not God. His thinking is that his ways are ordained, his iniquities are established forever. He hath said in his heart, There is no God. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and oppression. Under his tongue are mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he lurk. And in the dark places he lieth in wait, he perceiveth the hearts of the men. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. Lord, why standest thou afar off? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? In his proud countenance he doth not seek after God. His heart is proud, and his eyes are lifted up. He seeth in his heart, There is no God. His own device is before his face. But thou, O Lord, art in the heavens. Thou beholdest the children of men. And in thy sight shall all the inhabitants of the earth perish. Thou shalt, in thy great power, reprove the wicked. Thou shalt bring the mighty down, which refuse to acknowledge thee. For the poor shall be plucked out of the hand of the wicked, and the needy of the mighty. But the Lord is my stronghold, and my God is the rock of my refuge. And he shall take the needy in his arms, and the desire of the poor shall be exalted. Psalm chapter 11. In the Lord put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, Flee as a bird to your mountain? For, lo, the wicked bend their bow, they have compiled their arrows against the persecutors. If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try, the children of men. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loveth righteousness. His countenance beholds the upright. Psalm chapter 13. How long, O Lord, wilt thou forget me forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? How long shall I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall mine enemy be exalted over me? Consider and hear me, O Lord my God. Lighten mine eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death, lest my enemies say, I have prevailed against him, and those that trouble me rejoice when I am moved. But I have trusted in thy mercy. My heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. I will sing unto the Lord, because he hath dealt bountifully with me. Psalm chapter 14. The fool hath said in his heart, There is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men, to see if there were any that did understand, and seek God. They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and call not upon the Lord? There were they in great fear, for God is in the generation of the righteous. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion! When the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad. Psalm chapter 15. Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walketh uprightly, and worketh righteousness, and speaketh the truth in his heart. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his friend. In his eyes a vile person is despised. He honours them that fear the Lord. He that sweareth to his own hurt, and changeth not. He that putteth not his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent. He that doeth these things shall never be moved. Psalm chapter 16. Preserve me, O God, for in thee do I put my trust. O my soul, thou hast said unto the Lord, Thou art my Lord. My goodness extendeth not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent in whom is all my delight. The sorrows of those that run after another god shall increase. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names upon my lips. The Lord is the portion of mine inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Yea, I have a goodly heritage. I will bless the Lord who hath given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart rejoiceth, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forever. Psalm chapter 17. Hear the right, O Lord. Attend unto my cry. Give ear unto my prayer, which cometh not out of deceitful lips. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thine eyes behold the things that are of righteousness. Thou hast proved mine heart, and visited me in the night season. Thou hast tried me, and shalt find no iniquity in me. My mouth shall speak the praise of the Lord, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever. O Lord, thou hast known the thoughts of my heart. Thou hast watched my goings. Now deliver me from my enemies, O Lord. My defense is of thee. O God, in thy holy temple I have hoped, that I might behold thy beauty. For thou, O Lord, hast heard my speech. Thou hast heard my prayer. Since I was in trouble, I sought refuge in thy presence. I cried unto thee, and thou didst hear me. Deliver me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked, from the hands of those that do iniquity. For they have set up a snare for my feet. they have put a net in my path. Behold, now I have taken refuge in thy shadow. Keep me safe from all who trouble me. The Lord is righteous, for I have waited for him, and my hope is in his word. Let my enemies be ashamed, for they have brought me low. Let them be scattered as chaff before the wind. And thou, O Lord, shalt be my salvation, and my God in whom I trust. Psalm chapter 18. I love you, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, and my fortress, and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler, and the horn of my salvation, and my high tower. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodliness made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me, and the snares of death prevented me. In my distress I called upon the Lord, and cried unto my God. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken, because he was wroth. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured, and coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub, and did fly. Yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters, and thick clouds of the sky. At the brightness that was before him his thick clouds passed, hailstones and coals of fire. The Lord also thundered in the heavens, and the highest gave his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. Yea, he sent out his arrows and scattered them, and he shot out lightnings and discomfited them. Then the channels of waters were seen, and the foundations of the world were discovered at thy rebuke, O Lord, at the blast of the breath of thy nostrils. He sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy, and from them that hated me, for they were too strong for me. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanness of my hands hath he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. For all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away his statutes from me. I was also upright before him, and I kept myself from mine iniquity. Therefore hath the Lord recompensed me according to my righteousness, and according to the cleanness of my hands in his sight. With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful. With an upright man thou wilt show thyself upright. With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure, and with the froward thou wilt show thyself froward. For thou wilt save the afflicted by thy right hand, and wilt answer me. For thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. For by thee I have run through a troop, and by my God have I leaped over a wall. As for God, his way is perfect, the word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him. For who is God save the Lord? Or who is a rock except our God? It is God that girdeth me with strength, and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. I pursued mine enemies, and overtook them, and I did not turn again till they were consumed. I wounded them, that they could not rise, they are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They cried, but there was none to save them, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out like the mire of the streets. Thou hast delivered me from the strivings of the people, and thou hast made me the head of the heathen. A people whom I have not known shall serve me. As soon as I went in, they were made ashamed. They were turned back and confused in the streets. For thou hast given me the spoils of the people. Thou hast made me the strength of the heathen. Thou also hast delivered me from the enemy. Thou hast brought me forth from the foul waters, and thou wilt make me to ride upon the high places of the earth. Thou hast delivered me from the enemy. Thou hast set my feet in a large place. For thou hast heard my supplication, O Lord. Thou hast given me the heritage of those that fear thy name. Thou wilt add 100,000 to my name, and make my posterity as the dust of the earth. Psalm chapter 19. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from his heat. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, even much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Psalm chapter 20. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee. Send thee help from the temple, and strengthen thee out of Zion. Remember all thy offerings, and accept thy burnt sacrifice. Grant thee thy heart's desire, and fulfill all thy counsel. We will rejoice in thy salvation, and in the name of our God we will set up our banners. The Lord fulfill all thy petitions. Now know that the Lord saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots, and some in horses. But we will remember the name of the Lord our God. They are brought down and fallen, but we are